The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys! This is the Players Lounge, broadcasting live from Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star. Now, your hosts, Barry Church, Danny McCray, Heckma Harrison, and Newy Scruggs.
All right, everybody, you know who we are. The Players Lounge, your favorite four amigo Negroes. I'm here.
Yes,
Danny
sir.
McCray, Heckma Harrison, Barry Church.
happening?
I'm Newy Scruggs. It is a Victory Monday, everybody.
Yeah.
And, you know, three of us here knew it was going to be in the bag early in the week. Somebody else was kind of, a little on the fence, baby. But it's, to quote Dion, you believe now?
Well, I tell you what.
What was the thing? You knew you was gonna have to hear this.
Yeah, that's fact. I was not ready to be cocky after the Philadelphia game.
DeVito?
Hey, man, I just didn't want to just roll. We're just going to roll out there and beat them by 100.
Yes.
DeVito?
And that's kind of what we did, right?
Waller out. two quarterbacks out. They traded away.
They gave away people. They waved the white flag.
Lost both of their corners in the game. I mean,
Lost their left tackle in the game.
And then Neal didn't even play.
He told you, hey, people going to start getting hurt. That's what he said.
They bought the card out. They bought the card out.
They look at the screen and say, oh, it did look bad. Yep, yeah.
You see they fighting on the sidelines?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh. That's how I told you, though. When that starts happening, when you know you ain't got a shot, people start showing you their real colors, man.
So here's the thing. Do you know during the week that, hey, man, you know, this is going to be bad this week? Do you start showing the coaches and the team during the week?
I'm going to give it a go, coach. You know what?
That was last week.
That was the last week.
They start putting that into play last week.
That's what I mean. You put it in. Yeah, you don't go.
He's like, Coach, remember that thing I heard last in the game?
Right, you build up. That's what I mean. You build it up during the week. Come game. It happened. Oh, it happened, Coach.
I mean, we our rookie year.
Yeah.
Okay, our rookie year, we go out there to play Philly.
At least we was winning, though. At least we was winning in that game.
But it was over for us. Though.
Yeah, it was over.
The season was done, and Sensabaugh and them come out there at halftime. It was like, hey, y'all young boys want to play? And
y'all want to get the What you talking
No.
about? You ain't about to have me. It's cold outside.
I'm having a good season.
For the have me on tape.
They're going to ruin I had a good season. They looking to bring me back. You're not going to ruin that because you don't want to go in the game.
You undrafted too? No bad tape out there. You don't want to be in that cover 3 getting burnt. Talk about, hey, I don't know if we should bring this guy back. Yeah, you better go finish that rep. You dug your own grave in this one. You got to lay in it.
It happens. It
does, though. It's facts, man. It's real talk.
49-17, the Cowboys sweep the New York Giants. 640 yards of offense for the Cowboys.
That's crazy.
What did the Giants do?
The Giants were 0 for 12 on third down. Have you guys ever seen an NFL team?
Not one third down conversion.
Third down?
That's I've never. And then what did the Giants do to the Cowboys, man? You up 35-7 in the red zone. Dak's still out there throwing bombs. Cooper Rush throwing bombs down the sideline. I'm like, did something happen that we don't know?
Oh, hey, man, we still remember. Was it Brandon Jacobs breaking the clock? Man, we not done.
Decades ago.
Yeah, that don't matter. It still matter.
Man, that was
He ain't never gonna lit up.
They did what we said they were going to do. Okay, they're going to go out here and treat this like mojo moments at practice. All right, they said, okay, we have an opportunity here in the red zone to make sure that our stats look better than they did when we got in here, and we're going to make sure we take advantage of that.
Wait a minute.
They padded them stats.
I got to say this.
Yeah.
This man came in here on Monday upset about Brandon Cooks.
I'm still
Somebody must have heard him. All right?
So.
Because the attention to make sure that 3 got his was there. And, man, look, they took the cover off the vet.
Man, let him ride.
Let him ride.
Now, heck, I told you I don't care how many targets or catches or yards he get this game. I do not feel better about how they have been treating Brandon Cooks until they get in a situation to where CD is taken away or not open and Cooks is the number 2 guy, or at least 2B, because Ferguson's going to be the guy. Until you get in that situation, Michael Gallup out there catching 40 yards.
Yes, sir.
I mean, so I'm supposed to feel better that you got Nah, bro.
Yes, sir.
Everybody got theirs, but Tony Pollard.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, TP. Rico got some.
Yeah, everybody got TP.
Those were two names that McCarthy got hit with at the press conference this week. Remember, he was fighting on the Cooks.
I don't play fantasy.
Right, I don't play fantasy football. Well, 10 targets later, I guess you heard the people.
No, Dak heard him.
And then Rico Dowdle. I remember his name was raised up there. And they give you that. But next thing you know, 12 carries to Tony Pollard's 15, and Rico Dowdle had a nice football game.
He did.
Long to 21, so 12 carries, 79 yards, had a touchdown. These are two players, Dowdle and Cooks, that they're going to need if they want to go further than where they have been in the playoffs recently here. I just believe they're guys that they can make a difference, and I think we all kind of agreed on the show here. Yes, Tony Pollard is good, but Tony Pollard is better when you have that 1-2 combination, the Thunder Lightning. And Dowdle can represent that. Is he Zeke? No, doesn't need to be Zeke. What we saw here, we've seen this before. This is up to the play caller to get
That'll look like lightning though. Yesterday, I ain't gonna.
He
He didn't look like thunder. He
backfield.
looked like he was
some
hitting a
juice.
different speed, kind of how we was watching Tony Pollard and Zeke. Not as much like that, but when Dowdle got it, it was like, oh, he got fresh legs.
Yeah, and
he's ready to roll.
He put his foot down one time on a zone run and then cut it back up. And had a big gain on it. I mean, I love the way that they used him, but that was exactly what we needed last week. Not to harp on that, but that's what we needed. We needed that dimension of our running game to be intact. And I was saying it last week. I think that you allow Brandon Cooks to be who he is through play action, and it's easier to find him when you have at least the threat of a running game. When teams don't respect your running game at all, which we've seen in games where teams like, man, y'all got nothing. We're not worried about that, and especially if we're not giving them any motion or any play action at all. I'm loving the way that Mike McCarthy is using CeeDee Lamb, moving him around, doing different things with him, not allowing defenses to just kind of, all right, he's going to sit in the slot or he'll be outside. No, we're going to move him around. You see, he scored on the reverse.
He did.
I mean, those are the kind of plays that you see other big-time players around the league do, and we got that on our team.
And heck, all he needed was a play call to understand what he can do. That's it.
Shots fired.
One week you talk about. One week you talk about.
That's what. Go ahead and say it.
I'm gonna let it play out, and then the next week you see this is what happens. This is exactly what happens.
And it's playing, right? Is it playing?
Let's not get too above
playing.
ourselves.
It's the Giants.
It is the Giants.
They were a bad team.
So was it 3 games, 10 catches, 150 yards? This is what we were seeing from Justin Jefferson. Kind of, hey man, you the big dog. Go eat. We're gonna feed you. Go do it. Doesn't matter who it is. Go.
Yeah.
All right. So that's what we're seeing. Did it against Philadelphia? So they got there. So last play caller wasn't doing that.
No, but this is exactly what you would want to have from your offense, because we talked about it last week. Those upper echelon offenses, the Bengals of the world, the Vikings when they had Kirk. Dobbs was playing well as well. But that's when you have that top dog, he's going to eat. He's going to get his targets. He's going to get 15 to 20 targets out there. But you got to have those secondary pieces kind of eating as well so you can get their confidence going. And kudos to Mike McCarthy, because he's doing a heck of a job getting those guys involved as of late. Earlier in the season, it was just CeeDee Lamb or bust. Now he's starting to realize, and I will take it with a grain of salt because it is the Giants, but he's starting to realize if I get these other pieces involved, it makes it that much harder on the defense to try to figure out what you're going to do. You can double CeeDee Lamb all you want to, but are you going to leave Cooks on the island out there, or are you going to leave Gallup on the island? Ferg is still available as well. And now, if we can get that running game going consistently, like it wasn't like outstanding what they were doing, but you combine those two running backs, I believe combined they had like a buck 50, buck 40 like that. If you can get that approach to a game each and every week, a balanced approach, it's going to be tough to stop the Cowboys.
Yeah, I take that.
So tell me that. So listen, the positive that I'm taking from the Brandon Cooks resurgence, right, is, okay, maybe, I don't know if this is true or whatever, but I'm just still trying to put my finger on it. Maybe Dak now feels a little bit more comfortable in game depending on Brandon Cooks. Maybe that's what you got out of this game. You don't think like why wouldn't you be like? So you go 2 games where you throw this guy the ball, he makes big time catches, 4 touchdowns, all right, and then you just forget about him. And then you try to go to Tolbert, you try to go to Gallup, and you figure out you can't do it. So now you just toss it at the CD every time.
No, I'm with you.
But you're not figuring out a way to then help yourself in the red zone because that's all you got. Yeah. So you go into this game and you say, okay, hold on, if I throw it up, okay, I know he's done it before, but maybe if I throw it up, he's going to catch it.
And I think Brandon Cooks even talked about that in the interview at post-game. He said, that's just a trust throw from Dak on that out route. We saw on that pick route we were talking about against Philly how they missed Brandon Cooks. Put him in a different situation, put him out in space, and then Dak can trust the throw that he's making the number 3. Now, he's been a veteran in this league too many years. You know he knows where to go to get open, and Dak trusting him to be there, I think, made the difference. I don't know, man. Like again, we watch a little bit of practice, whatever we see. How much of that trust have they built up over camp to today? They have to get to the point to where that's just automatic. He has it with CD. It's coming of age in front of our face right now with Brandon Cooks.
See, where I'm at is I'm not so sure it's there yet, because from what you said earlier, when it comes down to that crucial moment, that clutch time, and you're going to revert back to what you are, your identity. We've seen it happen time and time again. In that Eagles game, when it got to nut cutting time, I'm going to CD. Can we do that, or can the Cowboys do that when it's basically clutch time? Is he going to revert back to, man, I got to go to CD. This is just the only way I'm going to get this offense going. Or can he go out there and spread the football around? Only time we'll tell on that one, because from what we've seen so far this season, when they're blowing guys out, everybody gets a ball. Everybody gets a touchdown. But when it's a tight game and they need something to happen, I'm going to CD. Will that, change now that we've got a little bit more from Brandon Cooks?
But Barry, that's how you get past the 49ers of the world. That's how you have to do that. Because what a defense is going to do? Come on, man. Y'all know
they're going to lock them up.
They're going to lock them up. They're going to take away your best thing you got out there. CD is all right, keep talking. All right, you're going to start seeing these double teams, and now it's going to be like, all right, you're not going to get that man-to-man no more. We're going to start sitting that safety over the top and still see if you get $150. And then we have to go to these other places. That's why guys like Schoonmaker, you got to catch that ball, bro. You got it, because all of those little things are going to be pivotal. Even though we didn't play error-free in this game, let's keep it real.
9 penalties.
2 turnovers, and I know it was garbage time in a situation with Cooper. But I'm just saying, you can't have those miscues. You can't have those errors. Those are the things that'll get you beat versus the good teams. Like, we opened up, we get all the way down to the 1, we don't score. We were 6 or 7 in the red zone, but still, those are things like that can change the game for you if you don't score early and you get down there, you go for it on 4th and goal, and you don't get it.
The early pick. The early interception. I mean, if it wasn't the Giants, that could have came around and hurt this team. Right. So it's just something that you got to look at.
And I believe this when I sent the text message. That's what happens when you got 1 and 2, and that's all you go toward, right? When you go, you're either gonna throw it to Ferg or you're gonna throw it to CD, and the defensive coordinator is sitting there saying, okay, when they line up in this formation, no matter what it is, you make sure you take away 88. You make sure you got somebody on that tight end. He'll throw it to you. Right? Until 2 by 6. But until you figure it out, which is why I think this is helpful not just for Cooks, but I also think this is helpful for the run game as well, because now defensive coordinators have to, they have to put more resources toward not just CD, but then also Brandon Cooks.
So this is another week coming up against the Carolina Panthers in Charlotte to go ahead and implement, keep on working. The Cowboys are a different team on the road than they are at home. They score a lot less. They've lost more games on the road, so this is another good test. This is kind of like that SEC thing. You know how you guys get to play Western Carolina and Liberty or somebody in November, and it's all right. Let's get whatever we think we need to kind of work on a little bit here to get ready for our rivalry game and get ready for whatever else is left. This is that time. So there's another opportunity to get into the lab and let's improve this, let's improve that against Carolina. Then you've got Washington on Thanksgiving Day. Then the next Thursday you got another a game against Seattle. Those are 2 home games, and then you got Philadelphia. So this is the opportunity to start getting this thing riled up here, get it going, and so can you do it again with Cooks, right?
That's it.
What we need to trust it. We need time, proof of consistency. Yeah. So I need to see this in Charlotte. Need to see him getting off in Charlotte. Need to see him getting down on Thanksgiving Day, and go from there.
He's open. Throw him the ball.
Throw the ball.
It's been like that the whole time. Throw him the ball. Give him a shot.
Okay.
They just had a man out there running up and down the field doing nothing.
Yeah, great shape.
All he do is catch the ball, bro. Like, you don't see him having those issues of drops and all that stuff. You know that you can depend on him to be in the right spot and catch the dang on football. He's been doing that for his entire career, and now he got a shot to do it against the Giants. Proof time and consistency is what we need to see.
So we just need to get this podcast to Dak. Just say,
listen up.
We can help make Pro Bowl, bro. I mean, we got that what you need, right? Mm-hmm. We got what you need.
I mean, that's the version of Dak that you saw this Sunday, man. Everybody knows he's capable of that. But you know what? Everybody's gonna start singing the same thing. Is after these next couple of games, you just beating these. You're supposed to win these games.
Is it true?
That's right.
Is it true?
That's right.
But that's the lead up. That's the lead up to December the 10th, and you know it's true. It's gonna start with Seattle, but still, those murmurs, those whispers are like, all right, you do this versus these teams, but versus the big teams, can you do this? The ones that we need you to win. Fortunate for us, these are games that's gonna be at home, and I got the feeling. I don't know if y'all starting to feel it, but something special is starting to happen with us at home, and it would be a damn shame if we didn't have a playoff game at home this year.
That Commander, you said, that Commanders game.
I'm not overlooking them.
No.
I'm not overlooking them. That was a good game.
Yeah.
Seattle, they gave Seattle everything.
Yeah,
they gave Seattle everything.
All I know, man, is can that same smoke that was applied to Dak earlier this year, can they now take that smoke and transfer it over to Trevor Lawrence?
Ooh.
Because Trevor Lawrence with a home game against San Francisco, that was terrible.
Yeah. Nah, I'm going to tell you, I felt sorry for Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah,
because, boy, that 49ers defense was on him. Okay, Chase Young. Yeah, I know. I like Chase Young.
See, this is what I don't understand about that. The reason why it's not going to get transferred over to Trevor Lawrence is because in our eyes, Dak Prescott is here, and Trevor Lawrence is here. The expectation for me when I'm looking at a guy like Dak Prescott versus a guy like Trevor Lawrence is when it happens to Trevor Lawrence, I'm like, man, that's a bad game. When it happens to Dak and we're here, we're like, this is why we ain't been able to get over the hump. Trevor Lawrence ain't got in that get over the hump conversation yet. He's working his way up. He's working his way up.
All right, so I'm going to go back to just expectations here. When you look at this is a team, and we saw them in person when they Cowboys went down to Duval, down 14, and Trevor Lawrence helped lead the comeback. They go ahead and win the division. They beat your boys in the playoff, came down from that. So we're looking at Trevor Lawrence and say, okay, now he got real coaches. No Urban as a rookie. Now you got real coaches. Take that next step. Shows what you could do. I know I suckered and bought into it against the 49ers.
Yeah, you picked them to win the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl pick.
Don't bring that anger over here because you was the fool to do that.
Let me tell you what's
you on the island by yourself and want us to be mad.
And another thing.
We ain't mad at him.
The most important thing is he killing my fantasy team.
Had
to play him yesterday.
That's
Because Tua was off. This dude had to play. You're going to roll out 17 of 29, 185, 2 picks, 5 sacks. Come on, man.
Funny.
Travis Etienne couldn't even get off. 9 carries, 35 yards. This is terrible. Now, you got lucky because your boy Kirk got him.
San Francisco coming off about getting healthy.
3 point.
Got their people back, but I think you may be on your own for people that I know that picked the Duval Jacksonville Jaguars to represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. I don't know that expectation from because they did a comeback last year, and then now they're gonna win the Super Bowl, get over the hump because of Doug Peterson.
That's
Come on, man,
a cake jump.
Yeah.
Cake jump.
Well, I know on Sunday you and him picked Jacksonville to win.
That's right.
He and I was smart enough to go with the Niners. No one knew they were going to win 4 straight.
The Niners
and he mad at
No.
Hey, I had him scoring 20. I had Jacksonville scoring 20.
Don't be mad.
They 25 points short. Come on, man. 31-28.
Also,
give him the smoke. Where's Shady going to sit up here and say Trevor Lawrence is playing like poo-poo?
But look, man, here's the thing, though. The 49ers defense is back healthy. They got Chase Young. Chase Young and Bosa looking dangerous. That front that front seven, that's a problem. And then when you get Trent Williams back, you see what a difference Debo is back. I mean, they're a whole nother team. Purdy looks like a different quarterback when he has his full arsenal back. And unfortunately for him, man, when they were going through that loser skid, everybody was on, he a bust, and all that. But it's true to form, when teams go through injuries, as you guys know, through the season, you're going to go through a slide. It's going to be just as hard to get those victories when you don't have your key components. We haven't had, we started out this season with some offensive linemen hurt, but have we had that to that degree where we're missing half of our offensive line? Thank you.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But those are the things that teams are having to go through. But I wanted to say to you, man, CJ, we was 4 games back on CJ Stroud, bro.
Let's get a break.
No, man.
Let's get a break.
He went into the jungle, didn't he?
Because this is worthy of us spending some time on.
No doubt.
Because all day long. Wow, yeah, we got to talk
I apologize, Houston.
Talk about Houston of all cities. But we'll do that next with Danny McCray, Barry Church, Heckma Harris. I'm Newey Scruggs. Players Lounge brought to you by Tostitos right here on DallasCowboys.com radio.
It's the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black. And right now, Cowboys fans can get 15% off their $75 order. Plus, because every deal needs a playmaker, your order will include a free 5-piece skincare set and free shipping. The Jack Black Playmaker is 4 of Jack's favorites and a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Make a play for the Playmaker at getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP. That's getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP.
Hi, I'm Danny McCray, Dallas Cowboys alumni player here with Smoothie King. And Smoothie King wants to ask you, what's that sound? That's the sound of us magically transforming our smoothie bowls into 2 new decadent flavors. Dig into a cool acai or pitaya bowl, handcrafted with crunchy, purely Elizabeth granola, fresh strawberries, and finished with a velvety chocolate hazelnut drizzle. Perfect for breakfast, lunch, or anytime you want to munch. And that's the sound of you making them disappear. Smoothie bowls, now in 2 new decadent flavors. Only at Smoothie King, the official smoothie of the Dallas Cowboys.
To kick off the 2023 NFL season, Hugo Boss teamed up with the NFL and Micah Parsons to launch an iconic apparel collection featuring hoodies, crews, t-shirts, polos, joggers, and more. The bold, unique apparel of the Boss NFL collection unites football and fashion while reflecting what it truly means to be a boss. Get yours today at nflshop.com/HugoBoss, at HugoBoss.com, and at Boss retail stores. # be your own boss.
There is no I in Dallas. There is no I in Hart either. No I in Blue Star or in Lone Star for that matter. And there's no I in how about them Cowboys? Smirnoff knows there's no I in football. Football is a we thing, an experience that is best enjoyed together. With good drinks and good folks, home or away, we rally together, we cry together, and we always rally cry together because there's definitely no I in Cowboys fans. Smirnoff, we do game days. Please drink responsibly.
Back to the Players Lounge.
The Salvation Army's 27th annual Red Kettle Kickoff returns to AT&T Stadium this Thanksgiving. Get excited to watch the one and only Dolly Parton rock the stage during halftime when your Dallas Cowboys go head-to-head with the Washington Commanders. Tune in at 3:30 p.m. on CBS.
Thank you, Heckma Harrison. Players Lounge brought to you by Tostitos. The players are Danny McCray, Barry Church. I'm Newey Scruggs. Now, Danny, I want to go into you here.
He just kept on going with
it. That's right. That's what professionals do.
Yeah, man.
Professionals do.
Danny McCray.
I want to go to you. Barry.
Man, I'll tell you what.
Take a long way home.
Hey, good job on the read, dog.
My boy. 5 years of this one?
Your weekend at LSU.
Yes.
Danny, for those of you who don't know, Danny was on a national championship team at LSU. They had the little homecoming weekend over there. I'm not homecoming, but they had the celebration. How was it, man?
It was good, man. We had a blast, man. It's always good to see old teammates. And then class of 03's national championship team came back as well. So got to see like Joseph Adai. I saw Brady and them up there.
Oh, Brady was on there?
So,
okay.
Like, it's always good to get back. And then with it being the Florida game and us agree or not, Jaden Daniels is special. And to be able to get to see him in person and have that type of performance that he had on Saturday night, yeah, that was
Did you see the run he had, the touchdown?
I did.
Okay, what was that like in person? I'm just sitting there like, man, Danny got to see that.
Bro,
I mean, you saw it, right?
Yes, I saw it. It was crazy. Because he just looks so much faster and so much skillful than everybody else on the field. And there's some dogs out there. 2 receivers over 1,000 yards, beating Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase's numbers.
Yeah.
But still at that, it's Jaden Daniels and then the talent that those guys have. And you just watch him get out there, and he does it every week.
Oh, he's gliding out there. He's running. It's like, man, is he trying to run?
Breaking ankles.
So when you start thinking about, like, this class right now, people are saying Caleb Williams and Drake May. where does he fit in that realm in terms of talent and what you project you think he may be in this NFL?
For what I'm seeing be successful around the league right now, I'm gonna put him right up there at the lowest, number 2.
Okay.
Because he's playing in the toughest division in college football.
That's true.
And although we have lost 3 games, it ain't because of his performances in those games. And that's Alabama, that's Florida State, that's all those teams. Our defense has let us down, but you've always turned the tape on and said, man, that dude right there.
What was that, 400 yards of passing or 300 yards of passing?
And 200 yards of rushing.
I mean, it's crazy. So back to what Heckman had pointed out about C.J. Stroud at Houston. I'm sitting here and I'm just wondering, we see what C.J. Stroud has been able to do in the league coming out of Ohio State. I kind of wonder about that projection of Jalen Daniels because this is just me. I'm just watching this game. I'm like, man, we may not be talking about the quarterback that you want to go get on your football team.
You watch.
That dude's special, man. He is special without a doubt. And you look when you compare him to those other guys. What is it? Drake May is one of the top guys. Caleb Williams, one of the top guys as well. I think he's right up in that mix when you talk about just athleticism and explosiveness and what he can bring to your team. I mean, we saw it out there in last year's draft. It was all about C.J. Stroud and Bryce Young.
It was really more about Bryce Young.
Yeah, Bryce Young. He's little, but he's football IQ. Look at his arm strength. And then you look at it now, who projects to the NFL better? Yeah. The C.J. Strouds of the world. So, to me, Jalen Daniels, he got the height, he got the size, he obviously has the athleticism. This is somebody that these NFL teams might want to take a gander at.
And the arm, because he got, like I said,
he got a cannon.
That's what I was just about to say. He ain't a one-trick pony. He is a guy that can also throw the ball, but I'm watching way more LSU football than I want to because of this dude. You know what I mean? And I'm telling you, I'm tuning in. I'm like, why am I watching LSU? Why am I watching this game like, I went to this school? But I'm telling you, it's really exciting to see him, the way that he's developed. But I mean, going back to this kid, C.J. Stroud, I think the league underestimated his impact and what he could do. His arm strength, for sure. They definitely underestimated his wheels, the way that he runs. Caleb Williams, to me, is like he's a guy that's NFL ready right now. Yeah. It's just he can make all the throws. He has the IQ to do it. We've seen him, especially in Lincoln Riley's system, how the quarterbacks that can't come from his system that have had some. I think he's going to be that guy that can really set that whole thing over to the next level as far as quarterbacks.
I will say this, though. It's not – when you take a guy that high, it's not all about the, attributes as far as athleticism, being able to on the field stuff. It's also about the intangibles as well. And can you be a leader of men out there? And you look at a guy like C.J. Stroud, everybody in that locker room respects him. Everybody goes out there and they give it all because they know they always going to have a chance with that guy at quarterback position. When you look at a Caleb Williams, and I'm not in the locker room. I'm just saying about what I see out there on the football field. When you got a guy after a game going up in the stands crying, you know what I mean? It's just you're talking about, I don't know if I want to play for that organization when I come out. If the right organization is not there, that was the dad.
That was the dad.
But was it coming from him or was it just the dad?
I think.
There's smoke.
There's fire. I'm just like, okay,
Eli's daddy did it.
But wait a minute. Yeah, thank you.
True.
That's
true.
Point to this. And I'm having to, because I play linebacker and I'm raising a receiver. So I'm just saying it's a different mentality.
That's true.
In football right now. The sensitivity is at all-time high. That's all I'm
just saying. If you're a player though, and you see your quarterback up you just lost one of the toughest games in the season. And your quarterback's up there crying in the stands.
Yeah.
I mean, you looking at that like, man, what you doing? We grown men out here. What you doing?
To your point, you think about the guys who are successful in the league at this point. Trevor Lawrence went through that.
Yeah.
You ain't
see him doing all that.
Joe Burrow's first year in Baton Rouge went through that. Adversity. All right. So you see, all these guys have been through it. And you say, okay, what happens when the chips are down a little bit and you're trying to figure out how I can galvanize my team? And the thing that is common between all those guys is look at a guy like Joey B. Got the respect of the whole roster. C.J. Stroud respected the whole roster. Trevor Lawrence, you don't see them dudes yelling and cursing at each other on the sideline because they got the respect and they believe that the guy can get it done. So that is a huge part of being able to be a successful quarterback in the league. Dak Prescott around here.
Exactly. Exactly.
It's a thing.
Look, I'm and just speaking of guys that have gone through adversity, Deshaun Watson in Cleveland.
Yeah.
Here's what he did. I mean, that just, again, man, Amari Cooper, I haven't been one of these people that has missed Amari Cooper, but Amari Cooper made a big-time catch.
No, he played.
Big-time catch.
Roll Tide.
And just big time.
He's doing his thing.
But man, doing this thing and getting behind that defense and not risking it, you know. So, I mean, Cleveland is a dangerous team. Nobody's talking about them in the AFC, but with that defense and once they finally get it rolling, hey, it was some good football on. That's all I got to say. It was
Think
some
about
good
that. They
football.
lost Nick Chubb.
That's facts.
And nobody's even talking about that. Nobody's even talking about that.
That's true.
So it was good football. I'm sure we'll touch on some of those games. It was some really good football.
Oh yeah,
games
all of us missed on all of us missed. We all took Baltimore. We all took Baltimore. We missed on that. Hey, it happens. But Baltimore, this is one of Baltimore specials, though, man. They'll do that to you.
That division's tough.
But we knew that.
Yeah.
We knew that. But then you go to C.J. Stroud in Houston. You go and you get a win up there in Cincinnati. I mean, D'Amico Ryans, if he's not coach of the year, tell me who is. I mean, that is. I mean,
man, you know they're not gonna give D'Amico Ryans. Stop, man. Stop it now. So don't get your bring it down. Bring it down.
Dan Campbell. They'll find a way to give it to Dan Campbell.
Yeah, man.
No. I'm not saying he should. If Houston goes and wins that division, okay, and they host a playoff game. Yeah, you can't. It's hard for you to be able to pass up on C.J. Stroud being in the MVP conversation, and also D'Amico Ryans as coach of the year.
But the turnaround in Detroit is real. That turnaround is real.
And it started last year.
It started. I mean, and he's been doing is continuously building on. That was a great game that they played against your boys.
Man.
so here's my thing.
I think
you muted yourself.
Did I mute myself?
because he out here talking crazy, talking about roll tide. Press the button.
that?
It's at the bottom.
By your legs.
By your knees. That's what you keep hitting it.
Man, you really making the OGs.
Go to break.
Can't find the button.
To kick off the 2023 NFL season, Hugo Boss teamed up with the NFL and Micah Parsons to launch an iconic apparel collection featuring hoodies, crews, t-shirts, polos, joggers, and more. The bold, unique apparel of the Boss NFL collection unites football and fashion while reflecting what it truly means to be a boss. Get yours today at nflshop.com/HugoBoss, at HugoBoss.com, and at Boss retail stores. #Be your own boss.
Hi, I'm Danny McCray, Dallas Cowboys alumni player here with Smoothie King. And Smoothie King wants to ask you, what's that sound? That's the sound of us magically transforming our smoothie bowls into 2 new decadent flavors. Dig into a cool acai or pitaya bowl, handcrafted with crunchy, purely Elizabeth granola, fresh strawberries, and finished with a velvety chocolate hazelnut drizzle. Perfect for breakfast, lunch, or anytime you want to munch. And that's the sound of you making them disappear. Smoothie bowls, now in 2 new decadent flavors. Only at Smoothie King, the official smoothie of the Dallas Cowboys.
It's the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black. And right now, Cowboys fans can get 15% off their $75 order. Plus, because every deal needs a playmaker, your order will include a free 5-piece skincare set and free shipping. The Jack Black Playmaker is 4 of Jack's favorites and a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Make a play for the Playmaker at getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP. That's getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP.
I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys.
And they snap it to Prescott, who looks right. It's not there. He escapes left. He'll run for a first down.
Just like football, when it comes to crypto, it's important to have a team you can trust. With blockchain.com, I know I'm in good hands. Since 2011, they've been trusted by millions around the world to buy, sell, and trade cryptocurrency.
Prescott's going to run this himself. Run it up the middle, and he scores.
Whether you're new to crypto or an active trader, they've got you covered. What are you waiting for? Get started at blockchain.com.
Back to the Players Lounge.
'Tis the season for youth football and dance camps presented by Invisalign. Don't miss your chance to learn from the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders and former NFL players at AT&T Stadium on December 22nd and 23rd. Celebrate the holidays with the Cowboys. Register today at dallascowboys.com/camps.
He is Heckman Harrison. Thank you very much. Yes, Danny McCray.
Yeah, there it is.
I'm about to tell you, come on out. We teach you how to press a button. we get you up on the technology, dog. Come on out. We help the older school too.
Dang.
Too happy.
We out of breaks. That'd be the perfect time.
Would you give it that roll time? So go ahead.
They wrapped up the Western Division over the weekend. They'll be playing the SEC championship.
They
game.
did. They defense better than ours. Our quarterback better than this.
Can I ask y'all something, man?
Yeah, man.
Would y'all like to be fired with a $75 million buyout? 76, excuse me.
Give it to me right now. You tell you
Fire me today.
Fire me today, boss. You telling me you gonna give me $76 million to leave y'all alone?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm out. When do you need my bags packed?
Which group of them boosters put that money together?
The Houston faction or the Dallas faction?
Together. Who did it?
Yeah, it's one of the two. Because apparently, I was told by somebody who worked there that it's like the. So like when Coach Fran got hired, the Houston faction fired, and then the Dallas faction. I mean, the Houston faction hired him, the Dallas faction fired him, and then they went and got Mike Sherman. So they kind of like take turns.
Because they need some more money for the next dude.
And I could be wrong on this, but he can still go out and get another job and get paid double dip,
There's
right?
no offset.
Yeah.
Correct. No offset language. Yes, he'd go.
He'd get a job.
He'd go coach at West Virginia. He'd go coach at West Virginia next year, make $6-7 million, and he
on top of from A&M.
On top of that too. Yes,
man. I'm telling you what,
that's
man.
how they.
They couldn't afford to have him as the head coach there with the changes that are coming to the SEC and the new level of competition for these recruits and where you may stand as A&M after Texas and Oklahoma get up in the SEC. You need a new face in there, and it cost you $76 million.
I'm talking,
but you need some hope because the other kids gonna be like, "Nah, I'm going to A&M. I'm going to Texas."
You know who swole? Mel Tucker.
Oh,
man, he got the bag.
Mel dropped that.
Could have been me.
He fumbled. That's his fault.
Could have been me.
Damn, man.
Hate to see it, man.
Golly, man.
I got Mel somewhere with a fifth.
I can't believe it.
Hey, man, y'all watch Mel. Y'all, whoever around there, y'all look out. Y'all reach out. Hit the people, man. Well,
hey, bro. You heard about Jimbo? You okay?
Yeah,
okay?
man.
Okay, I know. Jimbo's Jimbo. We don't worry about it.
Jimbo gonna hit him up. Hey, we gonna be all right. No, you gonna be all right, Jimbo.
You want to get a drink?
Man, go check on
me. It's on me, dog.
Check on your people, man. Damn, man.
It is that. But yeah, $76 million. And then, then of course, the thing that's funny about the A&M deal is, you look at the list of people, and hey, they're going to get this guy. And I saw Dan Lanning from Oregon on there. I'm like, some of these people on this list have some championship desires in their teams. Mm-hmm. No, they want somebody in place by that December recruiting period. Right. One, to keep the kids they have, and then go get some more kids that have signed December. Nobody who's good is about to leave that to go down here. Dan Lanning would be a fool. First off, they don't really fire anybody at Oregon, so why would you go to A&M where everybody been fired since 1957? The only dude who left on his own 57 was Bear Bryant, so the job got a shelf life. You need a guy who's willing to leave his kids and program right now and say, I don't care, whatever you say about me is good. That person's Lane Kiffin.
That's facts, though.
What? The man left Tennessee after 1 year and went to USC. He didn't care what the people of Tennessee said about him. He didn't care.
Facts.
Man was out there trying to get an Auburn job all last year. Didn't work out, so he went back to Ole Miss. That man will tell.
You don't think you like Ole Miss?
That man will drop Ole Miss.
The guy that said, F your mental health?
Yeah, that's the guy. That's the guy. I mean,
got him on tape.
Right.
That's weird. I mean, that is a name I hadn't even thought of. Lane Kiffin. That would absolutely be perfect.
I mean, Lane Kiffin. You know this league. Isn't this about the high mark of what they should expect from Ole Miss football right now?
That's about it.
Okay. That's about it. In that division, that's about it.
And he just made the comment I just heard an interview with him, so we just need to recruit better. We have to, talking about the guys. It's not our players' fault, but we need to recruit better. And we need to get some 5-star guys. And I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute, man. You get some pretty good guys in there for Ole Miss. What are you talking about?
Toledo guys.
What are you talking? So those are just breadcrumbs.
Yeah. He been a part of the ones of the schools where you get those big time recruits though. So he's
for sure.
He was at USC. He was at Alabama. So if you're A&M and you're looking for somebody because you need them to get there now, say the kids you have, get ready to go ahead, get kids in December. Be ready to go toe-to-toe with Sark and what you got to do, which, he already got his little issues with Saban. This is that guy. This guy fits their whole thing. Ooh, he got Lane talking noise, bust. I mean, you saw how he was busting on Jimbo when he was over there. I hear they hope to make a bowl game this year. I mean, he doesn't care. He gives zero.
He was right.
Right. He gives zero. He gives zero. I mean, when you messing with Saban, and you still messing with Saban,
getting beat too.
Right?
They got drummed on. But
I'm just saying, when I look at this list of people, he's there. They bring up Mike Elko at Duke. I mean, you can stay at Duke the rest of your life. That's a nice. I don't know if you got been out in the Raleigh-Durham area.
Still a good coach.
Okay. It's a nice place to live. I mean, that David Cutcliffe, man, they let that dude stay forever, man. You win 8 games there, man. Mess around, build a statue of you, man.
It ain't that bad. Now, come on, man.
Hey, okay.
Come on, man. They got Krzyzewski. You know, come on now. It's a basketball school still.
Right. But I'm just saying football. Okay, they just had this year. They had the Steve Spurrier 1989. Okay, 1989 team honored. That was when they ended up beating Clemson. Okay, they won an ACC title. I mean, Steve Spurrier, man, he held. To this day, man, thank you, man, thank you. And the dude left them to go to Florida. Wasn't nobody mad. Hey, man, thank you for what you did, bro. Enjoy Florida, man. We appreciate it. This guy he's a deity of Duke football. 1989, Mike Elko and David Cutcliffe. Forever and a day, winning 7-8 games. They're like, hey, man, you had a first-round pick in Daniel Jones. Thank you. If you Elko, man, you can stay the rest of your life, man.
Again, I look at them like Duke. I look at Duke just like I look at Kansas. There's basketball schools. Kansas got all the way up to 16.
They did.
And got the doors beat off.
But
they got beat up.
And this is just the way in college football, the way I look at this. If you're coaching at a place like Kansas and you don't want to deal with all the booster people and they just happy you took them to the Cheez-It Bowl and you get to keep on coaching, they're paying you multi-millions of dollars that you can stay there for 10 years, you'd be good. I think about Charlie Strong. Charlie Strong was at that Louisville, man. They ended up going to Sugar Bowl one year. You making multi-millions of dollars, all the pressure on Pitino and the basketball team, man, you living good.
And he had to come to Texas.
I want to come to Texas.
When the man was winning, they still shot.
So my weekend guy worked at Louisville. He worked in Louisville. And by year 2, he went down to go see Charlie. He said, man, Charlie aged 4 years. I mean, going to Texas, you look like the boy. When you get the presidency, man, dude had black hair. You're great when you left, man. Yeah. That's what Texas do to you. So some of these jobs, especially A&M, I mean, look at this, man. They on you. Do you want that in your life? Versus, I'm over here at Duke, basketball school, going to bowl games, getting multi-millions of dollars each year. I can stay here for life, enjoy life. Some of these gigs, man, like your school, LSU. Everybody, last 3 to 1 national championship. Brian Kelly, man. Hey, look at it. Hey, bro.
What was Orgeron's payout? He got
17.
7. Oh man, he mad.
Which door you want me to go out?
I'm with you. I'm mad.
What do I sign it?
Which door? What door you want me to go out?
$76 million. That's something else, man.
So here's the payout on that, Heckman. $19.2 million is due in 60 days. So they ain't even got to write him a check for $19.2 million. That's 60 days.
Christmas.
Oh, them Texas people got that. They had that check. They had that check ready.
Now,
they
we already got it.
And then after that, he got a scrape. After that, he got a scrape by on $7.2 million till 2031.
Baseball.
Hey, he woke up in the morning he woke up in the morning like, why I got $20 million in my account? They hadn't even announced this being let go yet.
I just hope
the money was already there.
And this is booming.
I just hope Mel Tucker don't read that.
Feel bad for my dog Mel.
Damn, man.
Mel had more ode to him than Jimbo. Messed it all up.
No, it's a bad situation. Bad situation, man. But good for LSU, man. All right, man. We gonna ride with the Tigers, man.
Real quick thing, because I'm gonna tie it back to the Cowboys here. Doug Nussmeier, who's a quarterback coach here for a while, his son is on the team.
Backup quarterback.
Does he stay there? Or do you think he goes ahead and leads? Because, I mean, you're not getting that job. You're not going to play.
Why did he stay?
I think he came out and said that he was going to stay and fight it out last season. So maybe he stays and fights it out again. But he's not getting that job. Yeah. Not as long as Jalen there, Jaden there, it ain't there's nowhere for you to go.
There's no chance.
And that's my thing. It's just like, I mean, to me, I would if I'm a school out there and I try to get my man in the portal. And hey, we got because he can play. He's a good player. I mean, heck, you cover high school football. You saw him. This is a good.
No, he's a good guy.
He's a good football player.
I believe he's out of Marcus, Flower Mound Marcus, right here in town. Big arm. I was surprised that he stayed. I think he's a guy that definitely should to enter the portal, especially for his last year. Next year is going to be his 5th I believe, 5th year. He got caught up in the whole COVID deal. So, just an opportunity to play. And, with his NFL lineage, he may have an opportunity.
We'll see.
Be good, man. So Carolina coming up. We'll dive into this during the week. I'm going to go down there for that one. But
are you going back to the crib? Are you going back to your stomping grounds?
Yeah, but today's my dad's birthday, and he's been want to go check on him. So
Happy birthday, Pops.
77,
Happy birthday.
man.
77.
77 out here.
77 years old, man. Long way from that 1963 Children's Crusade when he was getting sprayed by them hoses by Bull Connor. Then got kicked out of school with everybody else, and Dr. King came in there, told him they spent 6 days in jail. And then Dr. King came in there later on and told him, hey, we're going to get everybody back to school. It's crazy to sit there and have your dad tell you these stories like that about his life, man. But grew up in Birmingham, Alabama, man. It was the worst place in the world. He's like the 16th Street bombing, the 4 girls that died. He's like, yeah, we knew their families. That dude got a story like, yeah, we knew Charles Barkley, mom. He's got
77 years old, and man, probably feel like he lived 2 lifetimes with all of that experience.
No, man.
So happy birthday.
I appreciate it, man. Veterans Day was yesterday. So, as I was born on a military base, man. The man has lived an incredible life. So, I'm going to go there, go spend some time with him, go check on the peoples, Go check on our people.
So y'all feel like
trust these squads.
So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm going to be going next week.
All right, Squirrel.
All right, so do we feel like we up by 20 off the plane next week? I can start talking like that again, huh?
No.
I can start saying up by 20 off the plane.
14 off the plane. You up 14 off the plane.
13 and a half.
Yeah. See how it goes.
You're up 14 off the
Be
plane.
nervous like you was last week.
I am.
We got some good. We got a good show out of watching you be nervous about the Giants with no quarterback.
If the bazooka's mad, you might be okay with your 20. He might be mad.
Man, he got to do his podcast tonight, so I'm waiting on that to come out.
We're gonna see what he's talking about, man.
Oh yeah, okay. All right, we better
edge,
shout
right?
out to Antonio Pierce and the Raiders.
They're doing their thing, man.
2-0.
Smoking in the locker room. I love it.
Poor Bill Belichick, boy. Ooh, it's all coming down.
But Matt Jones, dog.
He looked trash.
How about Brady Zappi?
That man rolled out and tossed the ball up in there in the red zone for Buddy to catch it when they were finna take the lead. And Zeke them was running the ball like crazy.
Man. They was doing their thing. Him and Stevenson.
Zappi gonna fake the throw and throw in the triple coverage. I mean, you saw he's poor Belichick.
But the question is, who ever really believed in Mac Jones as a quarterback? Who really? Are they trying to sell that to?
It's hard to believe somebody would be that bad. I would say it's hard to.
He's regressed.
This dude is bad.
But he was. I mean, he came
top 10,
in.
was he top 10 or was he top? Was it?
He's number 15.
15.
He was good enough for Alabama for you to say, okay, we're gonna draft him. Maybe not with the first round.
Man, you got a 4x100 track team out here, dog. I'm throwing 5-yard outs and you're taking it to the house. What are we talking about here?
How bad he regressed because he went to the playoffs his rookie year, right? Yeah. Or he was close to it, man.
What he showed on Sunday for them Frankfurt bro.
You know who wanted him though? Kyle Shanahan. When they traded up for the 3 and took Trey Lance, he wanted Mac Jones.
That's crazy.
It was Lynch and the other guy who like, man, you can't do this. You can't do it. But that was who Shanahan would look. If I'll say this, they let that guy go, you watch Shanahan sign him out in San Francisco.
Oh man.
Just saying.
Shanahan might be the only be the only coach in the league that can change that dude's life based off of the offense that he has. I mean, he's got Purdy looking real good in that offense. And right now, if Purdy was in New England, he probably looked the same way.
Everybody need a sponsor. Brian Hoyer had sponsors for years. We didn't see a whole lot of bad quarterbacks live around here in this league with sponsors.
Before we get off, because I don't, Josh Dobbs. Show him his love now.
Man, he did his
Goodness
thing.
gracious, dude, come out there and ball again.
I called him Jacoby Brissett. I was sitting there like, I think he's a little better than Jacoby Brissett now.
The question is going to become, especially as Minnesota. By the way, Kevin O'Connell, another nice coaching job he's done this year. Kirk Cousins is up. Do you re-sign Josh Dobbs? And say, hey, man, we're going to give you a real shot and then also go into quarterback. Maybe they draft someone and just tell Kirk Cousins, appreciate you. Because you can get Dobbs a lot cheaper than trying to bring back Cousins and maybe go out here and draft somebody. But people forget, this guy's got like a rocket science degree.
Chemist or something like that.
Like, this is a really smart, intelligent guy.
If he go out there and get them a playoff spot and have because he's going to get Justin Jefferson back. Because as long as they're winning games, Justin Jefferson has incentive to say, I can come back and we got a shot. He go out there and get Justin Jefferson back and he performs.
Oh, I got to see. So who they beat? They beat Atlanta.
Yeah.
And then they beat, who was this week? They just beat, who was it this week? They beat?
It was a good
game, too.
Good team.
Oh, was it?
Let me look.
Was it Atlanta? I thought they beat Atlanta this week.
No, I thought that was
last week. Arizona.
Yeah.
Arizona before Kyler Murray come back winning games.
Week 10.
New Orleans, wasn't it?
Yeah, New Orleans.
Oh, so they got a good defense too.
New Orleans in a bad spot, man.
They lost card.
Man, I'm telling you, never mind. That's a whole other conversation.
The Cowboys got to go on the road. Once again, that NFC
South.
South.
Bad spot.
NFC South with it. It ain't bad thing. If you got to go to New Orleans, you got to go to Atlanta. Man,
we ain't gonna get that kind of luck, man. We going to San Fran. Y'all get ready for it right now.
Bleed, man. Bleed.
No, we got to toughen up. I mean, I'm just keeping it real.
That is the Players Lounge. Danny McCray, Hefner Harrison, Barry Church. I knew his scrubs. It's been brought to you by Tostitos. Talk to you tomorrow.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!